The Group 2 Chairman's Trophy is up next. High-class lineup, including 50-50, and his jockey, Karis Teeton, was a special guest on HK Direct this week. Head to the Multimedia Showcase and you will find there his thoughts, not only on him, but the rest of his rides on the programme as well. So, a Group 2 contest over the 1,600 metres is the Chairman's Trophy, headed by Time Warp, the Gold Cup winner last time out. Of course, that was over the 2,000 metres. He dipped under 2 minutes as well. Drops back to the mile. Beauty Generation, the mile winner from International Day. Pakistan Star, beaten favourite last time out. Beauty Only, previous winner, HKIR. 50-50, third behind Beauty Generation last time out. Western Express behind Southern Legend, as was Pingu Spark and Joyful Trinity, who go up in class. All right, plenty of Group 1 horses engaged once more in here. As far as the speed map is concerned, if he jumps, which he didn't last time he tried the mile, Time Warp will be trying to make all.
Well, you would think so, yes, Andrew. Barrier number 1 will be to his advantage as well, should he step. If he doesn't step, he could be in all sorts of traffic as well. It's quite an intriguing speed map, this one, because I think this horse holds the key. We all thought he'd probably lead last start, Pingu Spark, and he was up there early, and then they ended up slotting back in, getting some sort of cover here, 1-1, and he closed off and was narrowly beaten. There is the opportunity to take the bull by the horns here and try and find the front on Pingu Spark. I don't think there's a surprise outside of that. Pakistan Star, I think, probably gets onto the back of Beauty Generation, who's done a lot of his best work this season up on the speed. So there's even the chance that he could be underneath Time Warp and maybe holding the rail. And 50-50 is going to have to try and find the cover there. So it's a little bit of a tricky one, this one. I think Pingu Spark holds the key. Do you think he'll lead, Paul?
He's possible. I think he should have led last time. I think that was
he would have won if he led last time.
Yeah. Time Warp's going nicely. No problems with him. What a season he's had. And, yeah, the question mark is if he jumps, gets to the front, then he's a very hard horse to get past, as we know. But his track work, no indication there. It's all going well. Here's Pakistan Star. He's no kinks at the moment, to what I've seen. Even work for him. He does everything as he has to do. Pretty boring track work for him as far as things are concerned. There's always something happening when he races. And here is Pingu. He was pushed out in this piece of work, but he did respond nicely. So maybe they will go forward with him, Brett. I think they, in hindsight, they would have gone forward last start with him.
Well, they had their opportunity. They could have led. I mean, Southern Legend did jump well, but he could have pressured for the lead and potentially got it, because they ran sort of class 4 time in that race in the end, 1:35.5.
Yeah. Time Warp and Beauty Generation. I don't think have to work if he's going to find the front, but we'll move forward. Neil Callan will be on board Beauty Only. At this stage is a massive price bet, a former Group 1 winner.
Beauty Only, Neil. You won this race 2 years ago on him. You've had a great association over the last few years with the horse. He's now a 7-year-old. Does he still have something to offer in these big races?
Yeah, I believe he does. You know, his last time top weight, and I think there was a little bit too much cushion in the track. It just didn't go his way, and you know, he had to give a lot of weight away, and it just didn't suit him. But the 2 times before that, I rode him in the Stewards Cup in the other race. He hit the line quite strong, and he had tricky gates from those 2 races, and he's kind of had to go back. I know you have to ride him quiet anyway, but it's just a difference of being able to have a better draw and maybe sit him a length or a length and a half closer. And he's only been beaten like just over a length in his races, so. You know, they're the same type of horses he's been running against all season from the internationals. So, look, he's got a little bit of a wider draw, but it's a smaller field. They won't be too far back. You know, I believe this horse still can win a Group 1, you know, in Hong Kong. So, look, he's a previous winner of it. I've had a really good association with the horse. So, look, he definitely has something in him still to win at this level. So. Just hope he gets a run of the race and everything falls right. Hope we can win again.
There's a big chance. Fast ground, he'll drop in. Flash home. All right, that's Beauty Only. Let's have a look at a few of the others. Starting off with Pingu Spark. Now, this is the race we were talking about. Thinking he'd lead, he didn't. This is how it turned out for him, though. Joyful Trinity was a good run in behind the eventual winner in Southern Legend. Got Pakistan Star, of course. Didn't really let down as many would expect. Western Express, Ryan Moore on board here, and Beauty Only.
Got as many arrows as Robin Hood going there, Andrew. This is the race we touched on, as you said. They ran a very slow time. It was a good ride out in front on Southern Legend. At the end of the race, the overall time, 1:35.44. We're talking class 4 time there. For really sort of class 1 group horses. Pingu Spark, had he led, I thought he would have won. Pakistan Star, for me, just got out sprinted second up, coming back from 2000. Hadn't been racing for a long time. And Joyful Trinity went the best I think he's gone in some time. So that's positive for him.
Yeah, he stole that race, Southern Legend. It's simple as that. So Penguin Spark, big forgive there, and he was only beaten on the bob.
All right, we're back at the trials here. Time Warp warming up on the all-weather. Has to be niggled along, but lets down. Beauty Generation, Douglas White on board this morning and rides him on race day. And Elaine Paragon, who's just hasn't really fired this year at all.
No, he hasn't. He's been very sort of up and down horse, Elaine Paragon. Time Warp, look, this is on the all-weather. His track work has been pretty good leading into it. He was niggled along a little bit here. But everything else is going well for him.
We know these horses are heading towards Champions Day. Time Warp's going to head towards the QE2 Cup. Penguin Spark maybe the Champions Mile, or could go the other way to the Champions Sprint Prize. I look at it this way. If Time Warp finds the front here and leads, I don't think Penguin Spark can give him ground and run over the top. So that, to me, just suggests more so that they've got to go forward with Penguin Spark to give him a chance.
All right, what about 50-50? Back at the trials here as well for him, as he warms up for his race day.
Well, they'll be hoping that he does go forward, Penguin Spark, and pushes Time Warp, because little 50-50, Paul, he'd just be smoking his pipe in behind.
Yeah, and look, this is sort of one of his aims, I think. You can see he's pushed out, and this is a race I think he can win, whereas Time Warp is sort of leaning towards, you know, the races coming up next month, or sort of later in the month, so on Champions Day. So I think 50-50 was a good trial from him.
Yep, and he was second, of course, behind Seasons Bloom in the Stewards Cup 2 back, so you would think Champions Mile perfect for him, but this is an ideal lead-up and a race he would love to win, no doubt.
Interesting mix. We've got the specialist milers and the horses that we're getting up over the 2,000 metres, so where did you end up? Yeah,
well, who do you leave out? That was the question mark for me that I had. I stuck with 50-50 because this is a race that I think 50-50 can actually win. Time Warp, he's got bigger fish to fry later on. Beauty Generations had a great season and reinvented himself as a miler, and Penguin Spark, interesting the tactics they do here. I went 6 to beat 1, 2 and 8. I did to leave Pakistan Star out and all a host of other ones there, Western Express, etc. But QQP's for me, 1, 2, 6.
He carried 133 pound for second up Pakistan Star. He drops 10 pound here to take on this opposition. He has only won at 12 and 1400 metres, but he was second in the QE2 last year. We know he's had these issues, but I'm going to take a chance that third up, he might be able to do it with this weight off his back. Time Warp Beauty Generation 50-50, but I wouldn't be disregarding Beauty only. He's going terrific at the moment. Penguin Spark as well if he leads, and I thought Joyful Trinity ran the best race I've seen from him for a while. He ran third in the mile a season or so ago. So this is a real tactical battle. I ended up 4-1-2-6, but as Paul said, it's hard to leave runners out more so than put them in.
Yeah, fabulous lineup. Time Warp for me from the front. Hopefully he can hold on, sets a searching gallop. 2 more great races to come, plus the best bets as well. We drop back to 1,000 metres for race 9.